So who won that second debate? Look, I don't really think it matters all that much. After Trump's
grab him by the pussy
comments, I think he has now limited his ability to gain more support. But in the end, I do think Hillary Clinton came out on top, even though Trump probably had his most strongest debate performance that he's had thus far. So some key highlights. There was a saying that Hillary had that I think is weird, and for some reason she keeps putting out these 90s era sayings that she thinks are going to stick. Last time it was trumped up, trickled down economics, and this time it was
our country really is great because we're good. That America already is great, but we are great because we are good.
Which I guess makes sense if you understand that she's saying, like, we are good people, but it just sounds like a downgrade. We are great because we are good. Like, it's weird. I don't know why she needs to have these comments. Her campaign is being run like a 90s era campaign. That shit doesn't work anymore. Just be a fucking human being and talk about what you're going to do and what your plans are and the details of your policy. And don't get into this ridiculous bullshit of these stupid sayings that no one's going to like, that every time you say them, people groan. They're just dumb. Stop doing it. Just go on and be a normal fucking person, please. But overall, I thought Hillary did a really good job of just being a regular politician, which, when standing next to Trump, it looks a lot better. When she was being a regular politician standing beside Bernie Sanders, it didn't look that good. But being a regular politician standing beside Donald Trump, it actually comes off pretty well. Now, in terms of Trump, well, I rewatched the first half of the debate, and I kept writing down comments that I was going to use in this video. But I found myself writing down mostly Trump's comments, because Hillary's responses were largely forgettable. It was more about just maintaining the lead that she has and not saying anything too crazy that would grab headlines. I think she really wanted Trump to grab the headlines, and he did. So these are some of the comments that I wrote down in just the first half of the debate that Trump said that I found noteworthy. So Trump described his Access Hollywood comments as,
"This was locker room talk, but this is locker room talk, but it's locker room talk."
Has Trump seen the inside of a locker room ever?
grab him by the pussy.
He was describing sexual harassment. Whether he did it or not is another discussion. Another comment from Trump.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do.
Really? Nobody has more respect for women than Donald Trump? No. He kept saying that Hillary should be ashamed of herself.
And I think she should be ashamed of herself. And honestly, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Secretary Clinton.
Which came off really strong, but also stupid. It was the kind of line where if you're a Trump supporter, you're like, fuck yeah, be ashamed of yourself. But if you're everybody else, you're just thinking, hold on. Hillary should be ashamed of herself? How about all the shit that you have fucking said and done? He called her the devil, which in any other debate would have been a huge headline. Donald Trump saying it is just a forgettable line. He wants to assign a special prosecutor to prosecute Hillary Clinton and put her in jail.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Again, one of those comments where if anybody else said it, they would be asked to bow out of the race and they'd be forced to quit. Donald Trump saying it, it's just Trump being Trump. And how about the creepy standing behind Hillary Clinton while she was answering questions?
It wasn't just that 20 million people got insurance who didn't have it before, but that in and of itself was a good thing.
That shit was weird. I was half laughing, but almost out of embarrassment for Trump, just because it looked so weirdly awkward that I didn't know what to think. Trump on healthcare saying you're going to have plans that are so good.
You're going to have plans that are so good because we're going to have so much competition in the insurance industry once we break out the lines and allow the competition to come.
As we know, leaving insurance companies in control is not a way for that to happen. Single payer, public option, these were better ideas that were not really discussed, and Trump is obviously not going to support that because he's a conservative. But he doesn't have any other plan, and he wasn't talking about it. So I have no idea what his plan is in healthcare, but you're going to have health plans that are so good. But enough of Trump's bullshit. I do want to say one positive thing that Hillary Clinton said. Positive, but I wish it went farther. She mentioned that
I would want to see the Supreme Court reverse Citizens United and get dark, unaccountable money out of our politics.
Which is good, but it doesn't go far enough. So she always talks about how we need to get dark money out of politics. No, we need to get all money out of politics. Elections should be publicly funded because in the end, that would actually save you, the taxpayer, money. Because large corporations are buying elections, they're influencing the law so that they get subsidies and they get tax breaks and everybody else loses. That's why you need to get money out of politics, so in the end what ends up happening is you actually have a government that represents you. And that's something that Hillary is not pushing on hard enough. She keeps talking about dark money. You know why she keeps saying dark money? Because big money got her where she is. That's why she doesn't want to take big money out of politics. Just dark money that's unaccounted for. But you really need to get all money out of politics to actually make a difference. There was an issue with money in politics before Citizens United. So I think Hillary won this debate, but it doesn't really matter. The election's over. Hillary Clinton is the next president. Donald Trump screwed himself over with
Grab him by the pussy.
which really just put a ceiling on his support. The last debate coming next week is just going to be more entertainment for all of us. So even though Hillary won, it means nothing. She's won the election. This is over. Should I keep talking about this? So I guess, congratulations, Hillary Clinton, the next president of the United States.